Welcome to AW Services YouTube channel.
Welcome to AW Services, a new video today on a new Baofeng radio. I often use PMR 449 radios, which I have a business simple license for from Ofcom, and I also use PMR 446 radios for marshalling and various events that I attend to help and assist with charity events. So PMR 449, brilliant for me, it does what I need to. And I've also got my Baofeng BF888S radios. I wanted to try something different, but I also wanted to try the newly advertised TEMU website, which is very similar to eBay, Banggood, Alibaba, AliExpress, Amazon. So I went onto there and I was looking for a radio, and I found the brand new for 2023 Baofeng UV-999 Pro Max. Multiple choices of colours in the radio. You've got a blue, like a khaki, drab olive green military colour, generic black, the high visibility yellow, and the high visibility orange. So I went for the yellow radio. I thought it stands out, it looks nice, and it's very well made. It's got some weight to it. It isn't a cheap skate, very light radio. I paid for this with postage and packing to the UK, which took 6 days. It was $29.99. It comes with your usual Baofeng refinements: a wrist strap lanyard, battery clip, instruction manual, and an antenna. This one here has a nice soft rubber door on the side for your Kenwood style connector, earphone, comms port, programming port on the side. You've got PPT button, press the talk button there. You've got FM radio select button, and you've also got torch with SOS distress mode as well. The belt clip is actually attached to the battery on this one. And unlike the other Baofengs, it doesn't come with a desk charging cradle, because all of the battery packs now are USB-C rechargeable. So they've got their own built-in socket on the bottom. A very good feature if you wanted to have multiple spare batteries and just have them on charge from your normal generic style Samsung phone chargers. So brilliant idea there. Nice die-cast aluminium back. They do say that they're waterproof or moisture resistant. I wouldn't trust that 100%. But you know, if you're out and about and it's drizzling and you wanted to use them, I think you'd get away with that quite well. The antenna on this one slightly different than most Baofengs. The SMA connector on the actual radio itself is a female, and the antenna is a male. You can get adapters, and you can buy genuine different length antennas as well to use for these, which go on there. Similar like the Nagoyas. Just a key point to point out about this radio: it is primarily advertised and used for amateur radio. So if you're in the UK and you've got your foundation or higher, you can legally then use amateur radio. That's the 70 centimetre 2 metre band. It's illegal in the UK to transmit on any of those frequencies if you are unlicensed with Ofcom. I'm using it only for PMR 446, which is free, license free to use, or PMR 449, which I have a license with Ofcom, a business simple license for 5 years at £75. I don't have any 70 centimetre 2 metre band ham frequencies in this radio, as I've deleted all of them for safety reasons, so there won't be any broadcasts from this unknowingly on a different frequency. So I've got them only programmed to 446 and 449 megahertz. But it's a brilliant little radio, nice piece of weight to it. Like I've said, USB rechargeable, torch on the top. I don't really see the point in torches. It's just another battery draining asset in my opinion, but it's there. Single multi-use on-off display. A near OLED design screen, which is black backlit in blue, which I think is quite nice. Just getting about the characteristics of the radio. Don't know whether the camera can pick this up, but I will try to screenshot this or either print it off on screen. but technical specifications for the radio: it operates between 144 to 146 megahertz, transmit receive, and 430 megahertz to 440 megahertz. Europe, Canada, I won't worry about Canada because I'm not in Canada. It has memory channel, 999 groups. It's a 7.4 volt lithium ion battery. Its mode of operation is simplex, antenna impedance 50 ohms, and then you've got RF power output, VHF maximum at 5 watts, UHF maximum at 4 watts, blah blah blah. It claims with its advertising it's a 10 watt radio, but I don't have the means of testing that, but I'd say it's probably near around 4 watts if absolute maximum. But yeah, very basic instruction manual. Well, it's comprehensive, it works. Unfortunately, when it was in the box, it wasn't just slid in the box normally, it was kind of folded up in like a tube, which is a bit disappointing in presentation. It did, however, come in a very different style Baofeng box, recycled cardboard printed on the back of it, so yeah, maybe they're a bit conscious now about the climate and the environment for change. But nice printed box. It came directly from China, but via TEMU, the shopping app. 6 days to get here in the UK, which I was pleasantly surprised with. So for tuning the Baofeng, oh sorry, for programming the Baofeng radios, like most of them, you can plug in your lead. If you get yourself a genuine Baofeng USB to Kenwood adapter, charging your programming lead, and plug that in the side of the radio. Always ensure that the radio is switched off before you do that, because you could damage them. Push that in firmly and turn the radio on, and it will say welcome. So we put our radio to one side, and the thing I just wanted to point out for this, if you're wanting to use this for PMR 446 or PMR 449, considering it is a ham based radio, it is actually very straightforward to program. I did try the generic Baofeng recommended program. I have also tried Chirp, which I use on some other radios I've got, but it didn't work on this particular UV-999 Pro Max. I don't know whether you can see the screen, but I will put some screenshots of this software and a link to where I found this software in the description of the video, so you can follow that. But it is called Papa, so in phonetic, Papa 15 Uniform Victor P15 UV radio programming software. And I found this from another YouTube channel. I believe he was programming a Baofeng UV-13, if I'm correct. But I found this one and it actually does work on this radio, so I was very happy. So you can read from radio, you plug the radio in, etc. You make sure you've got the correct COM port. And it probably won't, for demonstration purposes now, it'll probably fail. But we'll try it again. Read from radio. Okay, so it's now reading from the radio. The radio will flash a green LED on the top of the handset to say that that's going through its programming stage, and it comes up with programming on screen. I apologise for the exposure. I am using a GoPro to film this, so it's not the best of quality. It's a bit lazy because I could have used my Sony A7 III. But it will read from the radio. It'll take a few minutes, maybe not that long. Once that reads, it will then read the radio and it'll show the radio presets on the screen. It's very, very simple to program. So I copied, I have got some Mitex radios, which are the Mitex General, very expensive PMR radios that I purchased for my business license. So they were very good. I copied the frequency from that, which was the channels, which are the PMR 449 preset, and all I did was copied and pasted that into this software's window to then program the radios. But for PMR 446 and 449, your transmit and receive are the same frequencies. Is it VFO-A, VFO-B, transmit, receive? But it receives and transmits on the same frequency. All I did was copy and pasted my preset disk image from my Mytex radios on my 449, and literally on each of the 16 grid squares, like an Excel format on this program, all I did was simply type in the frequencies. Then I set the CCTS, I can't remember the tone, sorry, and then all I've done is selected power to low. I don't want to run these at high power because I don't have the means of testing what power they are, but I do not want to be creating interference over other radios or onto actual the amateur band. But you've got this, so the radio is all loaded up, and then all I've done is you go into the screen. I've got 16 boxes. I've got receive frequency, transmit frequency. I've put in name, which is channel name, channel 1, channel 2 through to 16. And then I've got RX, RX in, RX out, 67. I've then got power. You can have high, medium or low. Press to talk, busy lock, etc, etc. But it's all as simple as that, and all I did was send to radio. Then I double checked that it had read, turned the radio off, removed the lead, tested it, and it all worked fine. But I'll leave a link to this software P15UV into the video description. I'll also leave a link to the radio itself where I bought it from and the technical specifications for this particular Baofeng. But I'm very impressed with it. It works very well, very good transmit, very good receive on there, brilliant clarity through the speaker. I haven't used the keypad on there, I don't really need to, other than the menu button and the up and down cursor, which is very similar to like the Baofeng UV-999. Maybe there will be a battery cradle available separately for it at some point. It is nice to actually have a cradle as opposed to just lying it down and charging it. But that is pretty much my very vague and very basic video review of the Baofeng UV-999 Pro Max two-way radio. If you like the video, you found this one very helpful, or it appeals to you, please subscribe and support the channel. I believe I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers. Getting over that mark would be fabulous. And then once I get my watch hours up, I'll be able to hopefully then in time recoup a very small fee to help with making more videos. Please watch the video in full, as the YouTube algorithm counts seconds and minutes. So watch it from start to finish. Hit the bell icon if you wish to receive updates when I publish a new video. If you have any comments, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll try and answer the questions if there are any that are posed, and also like the video and give it a share with your friends. Thank you very much for watching AW Services.